Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Devil's Den Hockey, and we are back after a little bit of a hiatus. So we're just gonna jump right on into this. Last night, the New Jersey Devils took on the Colorado Avalanche, and it was a doozy. The worst game the Devils have played by far all year. Granted, we're 10 games in, so we are officially 10 games into the season, and the New Jersey Devils take their first real heavy defeat since opening up the season. Sure, we lost to Carolina, but hey, this was a thumping that I feel like some people kind of saw coming, but with injuries and line changes and things like that, which we'll get to later on in the video. But the Devils get absolutely pounded. It was an avalanche of suffering from Colorado against the Devils last night, and to be quite honest, nobody really looked good as far as I'm concerned. Being able to watch the video, watch the game, nobody really looked good. I understand there were a couple of shining stars. We got another Jack goal. We got some points from Hischier and from Mercer and from Meyer and from Cotter and from Nason. Nason contributing finally after he comes back from injury, which, thank God that he does. Markstrom looked awful. Just awful. There's no excuse for a Markstrom-level goaltender. A guy who a couple of seasons ago was in contention for the Vezina to have a game like he had last night. I get it. He's coming off injury. And we got to cut him a little bit of slack. I'm fine with that. But when you have one goaltender that is sitting at an .840 save percentage, which is absolutely unacceptable, given he's only played 4 games, so maybe we're starting at the worst possible angle and it's all up here from there. But then on the other hand, you have Jake Allen, who's got a .923, had a .935 save percentage, who's been busting his ass and playing incredibly for the Devils. He's been incredibly sturdy back there. If I say we have to give Markstrom at least another 2 or 3 games. Really give him like 7 or 8 games to really settle back into the NHL vibe. But if he can't cut it, Allen's got to be the starter. There's no question. This team, as good as they are this year, cannot afford to be held down or held back by possibly incompetent goaltending. It cannot happen. We cannot go back to the years where the Devils, after Brodeur retired, having uncertain goaltending issues. And it's even worse this time around, because at least this time around, you've got a hell of a team around you. And I understand Keefe said, well, we played like shit, and it really doesn't matter who we would have had in front of the goalie. It wouldn't have mattered if you had 2 goalies in there. It still wouldn't have stopped the puck to go back to the net. And look, this is not a defense for how bad the Devils played. It's not a defense for how bad the Devils played. But, you've got to have a goalie that's got to make, I feel like Markstrom could have had at least 3 of those goals. And to be clear, that first period was a pounding. That first period was a 5-0 avalanche of suffering from Colorado. But you know what? The Devils responded by getting 4 back-to-back within... It was 4 goals in 4.5 minutes. It was crazy shit. The Devils said, no, we're not going to take this lying down. We're not going to shit the bed. We're going to fight, and we're going to keep going until we win this game. You are 8 in a row. You are 8 in a row. You got something to prove. And Colorado, who's lost a couple of their more recent games, is hungry for a win. So Colorado goes 5-0. Devils bring it back to 5-4. And then we just decide, it's fine. I've tried enough. And now Colorado scores 3 more, and it's 8-5 Colorado, end of the game. Yeah, it's just all around was not good. One point I will bring up is you go back and you look at the box score, right? And box score isn't always the best indicator of success for a individual or a team. But you go back and look at the box score. The 2 guys that had the best plus-minus last night were both defensemen. It was Luke Hughes, and I believe it was Dougie Hamilton, who both had +3s, had the best plus-minus of any guy on the ice. And given the number of minutes that Luke and Dougie played combined, the fact that they were a +3 when you got scored on 8 times is an indicator of how valuable I think a lot of people put value on Hughes, and a little bit, and I think some deserved credit needs to go towards Hamilton, who I think is having a great season so far. The guy who had the worst plus minus was Seamus Casey. And you know what? When you're getting drilled for 8 goals against in a single game, and you come out of there with a -3, you know what? It could have been worse. It could have been worse. I know there was some conversation that I was having with a couple of people about Keefe's decision to change the lines. Specifically, down the middle on that 3rd and 4th line. Honestly, I have to say, they're not good line decisions. They just aren't. But these are the sort of things that you try out, see if it works. If it fails miserably, great, we change it back and we go a different direction. These are the things you learn from. These are the things that you move on from. You go, okay, that didn't work. Let's try this. I think that's something that the Devils hopefully will be able to build on in the coming games. We've got San Jose, big opportunity for a bounce back. We've got the San Jose Sharks. It's a big opportunity for the Devils to bounce back and really go, yeah, we're not going to let one really bad loss keep us down. And you know what? The resilience of the Devils is something impressive. How many games this year have they given up the first goal and won? How many games have we watched them give up even 2 or 3 and manage to stay in the game and keep up and kind of claw their way back in? It would help. Even last night against Colorado, it was 5-0. The game by the end of the second period was 5-4. You know, you can't go into the hole early, but this team is showing that it's like, okay, we're in a hole. Give me the biggest shovel you have, and I will dig myself out of it. So, a lot to criticize from last game, but I think there's definitely a few little golden nuggets that you can pull out of last night's game and kind of go, okay, this didn't work, but you know what did work? These guys played well. You know what did work? This line was really good. You know what did work? Jack Hughes got a goal. You know what did work? Nason scoring his first. There's little itty bits of things that you can pull out from games like this where it doesn't have to be all doom and gloom. Again, the Devils were 8-1-0. Like, they won 8 in a row. You take a pounding from Colorado. This is your reset game. Okay, we've taken a loss. Let's bounce back. We've got a really shitty team in San Jose that we can use as an opportunity to get our confidence back, to get our team, back on the right track. I think Markstrom should play against San Jose. Give him the opportunity to be like, look, Markstrom, you had a shit game. We didn't pull you. You shit the bed. But, now you have an opportunity to play against a really weak team and really show us what you're made of. Markstrom only played 4 games. He's played 4 games. His save percentage isn't abysmal, but again, you want to give goalies the opportunity to get their confidence back. You want to give players the opportunity to get their confidence back so they can continue to make improvements and make better strides in future games. At the end of the day, guys, Devils are 8-2-0. Devils are one of the best teams in the NHL. If we let this one game define how the Devils are going to be for the next 5 to 10, we're screwed. The game was bad. Keep it in the rear view. Move forward. And that's just how it's got to be. That's just how it's got to be. Anyways, that's going to wrap it up here at Devils Den Hockey. And I will see you guys tomorrow night when the New Jersey Devils take on the San Jose Sharks, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Oh, the game's going to be a late game. It's fine. We'll see if we can stay up for it. Take it easy, and I will see you guys in the next one. Adios.